Should be live. Should be live. Okay, yeah, we're good to go. Hey, what's up, Ados? What's up, Ados, man? Yeah, so for tonight's show, we got a good one, and we're going to talk about pretty much a topic that we've talked about this before, but there hasn't been an official term. There hasn't really been a term for it until recently, and that is the Xbox tax. And for those of you who don't know the Xbox tax, I believe one of the guys from Xbox Era YouTube channel kind of coined a phrase, and pretty much over the last decade, right? Xbox has been held to a completely different standard. And I've said it before. Xbox held to high standards, PlayStation to low standards, and Nintendo to no standards, right? And so today I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to talk about the hypocrisy, because a certain little news came out, and I'm going to show you how everybody reacts to this bullshit news. But let's start with the important part: the Xbox tax. So yeah, so give me a second. Let me make sure everything is right here. Okay, there we go. All right. So first and foremost, let me give credit here to Dirt Griggity for this part of the for this clip here. And this clip is from Major Nelson in 2018, and it's super short, but Major Nelson gets to the point expertly. And here's the clip.
I think you're not getting the credit you deserve this generation.
We never will.
Yeah.
We never will.
Yeah.
We've seen this. It's like we know that there's a different yardstick for the different developers.
Right.
It's like we know that there's a different yardstick for the different developers.
Right.
The Nintendo.
Yeah. So super short. I just want to show that, right? Because it shows that Xbox knows that the quote unquote Xbox tax is real as well, right? And they know that no matter what Xbox does for the gaming media, they're never going to get the credit they deserve. And this is kind of what this is more piggybacking off a part of what we talked about the other day on the Olympic Truth. And I just want to break it down further. This is going to be a solo show tonight because the last show everybody was brilliantly got their thoughts out, and I didn't really get my thoughts out as well. But so in terms of so Xbox, as we see, Xbox brass has known for years that no matter what happens, hey, what's up, Smitty Smith of the Zinc, Kenneth Williams, Dr. Vaca. I see the chat is showing out already. Coco Fiend, man, I'm good. But let's get back to it. So Xbox has known for years that nothing they do will ever be respected. And here's the beauty of this, right? It's not working. Xbox still makes a ton of money. They're still able to afford Bethesda, Activision, and all that stuff. Still putting out excellent games. But my thing is, knowing this, right? This is why Xbox gamers, y'all, this is official. There's no reason to get upset when Avowed's gonna be hated on next year, Hellblade 2, because it just is what it is. And I want to talk about this Polygon article here, because they kind of inadvertently admitted themselves of how this game was treated, not because of its own standards, but because the media hate Xbox. And let's dive into it. All right, everyone slept on Quantum Break, but you don't have to. And by the way, fuck you, gaming media. Fuck you, because 7 years. Quantum Break came out 7 years ago, and we Xbox fans who played it and beat it have been telling y'all for 7 years this is a great game. And now that Xbox, now that Remedy is putting games on other platforms and multi-plat, now y'all want to sit here and pretend that you're now liking Quantum Break and that it was slept on. No, y'all slept on it. Not us Xbox dudes. Us Xbox dudes played it, bought it, loved it. Y'all slept on it. Right? So now that y'all are trying to backpedal, if you will, no, I'm not letting you slide. I'm not letting you slide at all. You know, I'm not letting you guys slide at all on this one because you don't deserve it. Listen, you do not get to tear down games like Quantum Break. Not only did you tear it down, you praised it when you thought it was a failure. You hated the game, and now your true colors come out that you loved it. Just like how y'all love like how y'all love Starfield. Right? Just like how y'all love Starfield. Yeah. And we knew this from day one that if Starfield was on PlayStation, it would have got the 9s and 10s instead of the 7s and 8s. But let's get back to that article. All right. It says, I don't particularly blame anyone for missing Remedy Entertainment's 2016 action game Quantum Break. Fuck you on that. I don't blame anyone. I do. Of course I'm going to blame y'all because it was on a console that y'all did not fucking like. See, this is why I hate the gaming media so much with a burning passion now. This is why I'll never give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll never give them a pass. I'll never be nice to them, right? Because of this shit. I don't particularly blame anyone for. Okay, there was frankly a dozen reasons to be perplexed by it, like the fact it was a TV show action game hybrid, or that it was inextricably tied to Microsoft's failed effort to make Xbox One. And this is why I brought up this article. So, notice how instead of blaming themselves for tearing down this game, they're trying to blame the Xbox One. By the way, Quantum Break came out 3 years after the fucking console release. So if people weren't over it after 3 years when Microsoft reversed the shit that y'all bitched about and everything, if the very beginning of the article, if this does not prove the Xbox sack is real, nothing will. Because he's literally saying here, we don't blame y'all for missing the game because we hated Xbox One. Well, that's a you problem. That is a you problem. You hated Xbox One, not our problem. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. So instead of, and this is why I hate the gaming media, because instead of just saying, hey, we were wrong about this game, we were wrong about Xbox, they're saying, hey, it's not your fault that we tore the game down. It's because of Microsoft. How is it Microsoft's fucking fault that they released a great game that y'all hated? And then now at the one chance you could say, hey, I was wrong. Instead, y'all are trying to do this weird shit blame shifting to where to where you still don't want to take responsibility for how you felt about this game. Fuck you. You know? When Quantum Break was released, Remedy wasn't the story. The Xbox One was. Microsoft positioned every new exclusive as a potential sister seller that would rival Sony's first-party stable. Most critics evaluated it on that basis. No, okay, more lies. Okay, here's the truth. This came out in 2016. At the beginning of the last generation, next generation, Sony had no fucking games until Uncharted 4 came out, right? No fucking games. By the way, Quantum Break literally came out before Uncharted 4. So they had no games. Like the first 3 years of the last generation, the PlayStation 4 fucking sucked. It was like Resogun, Knack, Bloodborne for like the first 3 years. That's all you fucking got, right? On that shitty console. So no. And this idea, again, Microsoft positioned every new exclusive as a potential system seller. Yeah, that's how games work. Okay, that's how it works, man. You put out a game, you hype it up, you market it, you put it out there like this is the next big thing, and hope that people buy it. That's how it's always worked. It's called basic fucking economics. You know, and again, notice the blame shifting. It's Microsoft's fault they promoted their own game that would rival Sony's first party stable. But again, at a time where their stable sucks. Don't get me wrong, suck now. At the beginning of the PlayStation generation, it was even worse. Nah, fuck. I'm not giving them Drive Club. I don't even think Drive Club. Well, Bloodborne wasn't first party either. Paris the Pony at it again. Oh, what are you saying now, Adidas? But yeah, man. Hey, Daya, what's up? But again, as you see, the beginning of the article right here, they're telling on themselves here. The writer here, he's saying, look, we tore down Quantum Break because we don't like Xbox. That's really what he's saying. But he's trying to be clever with it. He's trying to be Colin Moriarty about it. Use the clever phrasing, a shift blaming instead of just saying, hey, we tore it down because we didn't like Xbox, which is what he's really saying. He's trying to make it seem like no. You guys missed it because it was on a bad product or something, or because Xbox is a bad product. Kiss my ass on that. That's not to say no one was wise to Remedy's style, referential style. The game has its origins in Remedy's first attempt at an Alan Wake sequel, and there's a full-on teaser trailer they're called Return you can watch right now on the first level. Remedy creative director Sam Lake has long been uncommonly open about the studio's ambition, mentioning plans for a connected universe long before Remedy fully realized it with Control. Yeah, so basically, Quantum Break did have the benefit of fully formed Remedy connected universe, and it was a strange exclusive on a console that was still finding its feet and that never really took off the way Microsoft envisioned. Again, notice all this. Notice how just all he's trying to do is say Quantum Break failed, and I use the term failed lightly because Remedy's still around because of Xbox One. But the Xbox One did well enough that I don't know, Xbox is still fucking around today, that they're still able to put out great games by studios, by publishers. So it's not like it was this massive failing that killed the console. What it really was is that the gaming media over the last decade has not let it go, has not let go their issue, their hate for Xbox. And they're never going to let it go. It's just not going to fucking happen. In fact, my prediction is the opposite. I think the more success we see from Xbox, the harder and harder and harder they're going to be on Xbox. Now that they own Bethesda and Activision, now they're really going to full force. And I'm going to show you an example of what I mean in a second, right? Ados, thank you, Ados, for the super chat. He's in Paris defending Sony going to the recycling bin and remastered games. I can't do ponies. I'm only rocking with pure Xbox dudes. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that soon, Adidas. Don't worry, because that ties into the theme of today's show. Because that's some nonsense there. Yeah, but back to the point, man. So the reality is, in 20s, listen. And by the way, a lot of people were saying this all last generation. No matter what Xbox did, they would never get the benefit of the doubt. It's just not going to fucking happen. It's just not. And for the Xbox community, I've been trying to tell you guys, accept it, make peace with it, and move on. That's all you can do. Because you're never going to change these people's minds. You're never going to win them over. You're never going to do any of that. So my response to that is don't even try. Don't even sweat it. Don't even worry about it. That's on them. That's on them. Let them be the ones missing out on games, being miserable, hating excellent games like Starfield, Hi-Fi Rush, and all that stuff, right? Because this is the gaming media in a nutshell. By the way, this was from Hi-Fi Rush review earlier this year. So the game got a 7 from Metro, from Metro here, and they said, admittedly, that's not saying much given that it's also the first Xbox Series X exclusive to be published by Microsoft themselves. By the way, that was a lie because literally this is bonkers. Because this came out January 2023. Because this is why, again, you're gonna hear me say this a lot tonight. I hate the gaming media. I hate them with a burning passion. I hate everything about them because they're a bunch of fucking liars who keep manipulating the general gaming audience, at least those who follow this stuff, into nonsense like this. Because saying that Hi-Fi Rush was Xbox first exclusive was not published by them was not only a lie, it's bullshit. Because in 2021 they had games like The Gunk, The Ascent, Flight Simulator, Forza 5, and Halo Infinite. 2021. 2022, that's when they had games like Grounded officially released. And if Baldur's Gate could count as a 2023 game, even though it was in early access, then I'm gonna count Grounded as a 2022 game because that was originally in early access when it first was released in 2020. And so what this review site Metro did was penalize Hi-Fi Rush because and I'm quoting here, the wasteland that has been the Xbox release schedule for the last few years limits the accolades we can give the game. And if again, how much proof? Listen, for those who might come here, see this, and say, "Hey, there is no tax." You're just upset because Xbox makes bad games. How much proof do y'all guys need of this? How much really? How much more proof of this do you need to where you finally just accept it? Hey, what's up, Deploy? Because we could go in theory. I could theoretically go all day, but here's what the thing, and stuff like this proves that what I've been saying forever as well. People don't fucking read reviews. All right, they don't read reviews. They just go to the score, base their opinion off it. They watch their favorite YouTuber, base their opinion on it. They don't play them for themselves. They don't think for themselves. They're just, a lot of these gamers are just a hive mind. All right, that's it. That's all they are. They're just a hive mind that comes together, circle jerk towards whoever they like. And unfortunately, since a lot of these people with platforms hate gaming and shits on everything, especially Xbox, you get this weird aura of negativity around Xbox and gaming as a whole as a result. Daya said, funny, I bought Quantum Break shortly after buying the Xbox Series X. I could tell that it looked like a good game, very cinematic. Yeah, and you think Daya, for the gaming industry, which clearly loves these cinematic games, would have ate Quantum Break up? No, but because it was on Xbox, they hate it, and a lot of them hate you for not just blindly joining their side on this one. They said Unlimited. They like Remedy now. That has nothing to do with Xbox. That's what the whole article is about. It's to divorce Remedy's already worked from Xbox in order to validate it with the media. Yeah, you're right, Daya. And here's the kicker to what you're saying. You kind of can't do that because Xbox are the ones who gave them their biggest platform. Okay, yeah, they did have the Max Paynes and all that stuff prior to that, but Xbox gave them a platform for their creativity in Alan Wake that they didn't buy. They didn't like in 2010. Let me rephrase that. They did like it in 2010, and then by 2016 with Quantum Break, when the Xbox hate was at its peak, that's when you got the nonsense in full force. And now we see this here where we're at a point, right, where the gaming media is just flat out saying, hey, yeah, we tore down Quantum Break because it was on Xbox. That's a you problem, gaming world. That's a you problem, gaming media. Because Xbox has clearly been fine without y'all. Xbox has clearly been fine. And like Major Nelson said, and again, this video by here, Dirk Gritty, check out his channel, makes great content. But he put this at the beginning of this video, and it was expertly put.
I think you're not getting the credit you deserve this generation.
We never will.
Yeah.
We never will.
Yeah.
We've seen this. It's like we know that there's a different yardstick for the different developers. It's like we know that there's a different yardstick for the different developers.
Right.
Yeah. So Major Nelson, even back in 2018, Major Nelson was saying what we all know. That Xbox is held to a different standard. They're never going to get the credit, right? So that's why I'm here tonight saying, if they're not going to give them the credit, I will, because Xbox has been great. This year has been phenomenal. Not even just their exclusive or first party output. Not only the fact that they closed the Activision deal, just go to Game Pass right now and see all that you could play. Even between big games like Starfield and smaller games like Jusant, you get a wonderful catalog of creativity. Thanks to Xbox and Game Pass that no other platform's giving you. And then they gave you Starfield, the best RPG of the year, one of my favorite. By the way, Starfield's going to be in my Hall of Fame of games level. Great. They gave you Redfall, great shooter against vampires. They gave you Forza Motorsport, an excellent racing game. They gave you Hi-Fi Rush, one of the most fun rhythm games I've ever played. And yet, here's the thing. If Sony had the same year that Xbox had, endless praise, their games will be in the nominated for every fucking category on the planet on the Game Awards, and everybody will go on nonstop how Xbox is dead, right? Sony's got nothing. They have no creativity. Hey, Batman the Darkest Knight. He said, I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman. What's up, everybody? Yeah, man. We're good, man. We're good. We're just talking some gaming tonight, talking about the Xbox tax. The Xbox tax, which I think now people know is real. People know it's real, man. I like Quantum Break over Alan Wake. Yeah, same here, man. Quantum Break's my favorite Remedy game, Deploy. So I'm with you there. But back to it, you know. So yeah, man, the gaming world, the gaming media, it really is Xbox versus the world with these people, right? It really is, and I'm all for it. I'm at the point where I'm all for it. Give Xbox. You're giving us a Valve next year, Towerborn, Clockwork Revolution, Hellblade 2. That's another fantastic lineup of games. You know, that's another fantastic lineup, right? Especially a Valve. I cannot wait for a Valve. So excited. So yeah, man. So my point is, they stay winning. You know, Xbox be having these record-breaking quarters and stuff, and the more success they have, the harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder the gaming media is going to fight against it. Because they hate Xbox. They hate you for liking Xbox. They hate the fact that Xbox is the most successful of the three big gaming companies. They hate the fact that it's more profitable than PlayStation. They hate all of that. Right? And so they're trying to use, quote unquote, the power of media to stop it. But they don't have power. Because to have power against Xbox, that would mean that you were affected in some way. And maybe at one point they did used to affect it, as we saw with games like Quantum Break. But not anymore. Game Pass neutralized that. Right? So, okay, where is it? Yeah, so you know, everything so that's what makes all this just hilarious to me. Adidas with the super chat. He said, Xbox community is the best. We can listen to each other and give honest opinions. Gaming media not getting click for me. It's bad. It's so bad the ponies cap for Nintendo. Yeah, 100%, man. I love the Xbox community, and I love everyone in the chat and everyone that's watching. You know, even if you watch and don't comment, you know, big thank you. Show nothing but gratitude and appreciation. Because you guys make gaming worth it. You guys are the heart and soul of this. The heart and soul is not the media. The heart and soul is not IGN. The heart and soul is not Polygon. The heart and soul is not Kotaku. It's you guys. You guys. Because you guys are the ones who put your time, money, love, enjoyment into this community, into the gaming world, and to spending money on these games, and to playing the games, and to telling people, sharing the wealth, basically, of, hey, I played this game, it was great the other day, man, check it out. That's what you guys do. You guys are better marketers than IGN, Polygon, and all of them ever would be. Because for them, this is just a job. For us, it's the love. So, Adidas, you're 100% right. The Xbox community is the best community. You know, the game community, they could go fuck themselves. Adidas said, any of the Xbox panel could add me live. The community is strong, is at its best. Oh, yeah, that's what's up. I'll try to add you. Coco Fiend here says, Sony can't afford creativity. They have no choice but to play it safe, and that's why they keep making remakes, which doesn't breed innovation. Have anybody seen the Willy Wonka console? Yeah, that Willy Wonka console is actually kind of awesome, Batman. I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, Xbox keeps doing where they do it as giveaways only, so you can never buy them. So only one person ever wins them, man. I wish that they sell more of them custom consoles they be doing. Yeah. So it was hinted at, right? It was hinted at. But it was hinted at here by Coco Fiend. But we gotta talk about it as well. The Last of Us 2. A game that came out in 20 is getting a remaster for the PlayStation 5. This, ladies and gentlemen, is called, as Coco Fiend put it, Sony can't afford creativity and they gotta play it safe. This is absurd. The game came out 3 fucking years ago and is getting a remaster that's coming out in January. Do we see what's going on here? Right? We see it, right? We see this is why I don't turn on my PlayStation 5, by the way, because all the PlayStation 5 library is the PS4 resold to you. They resold Spider-Man. They resold that walking simulator game that Kojima made. They resold Death Stranding. They resold the Samurai game, Ghost of Tsushima. They're going apparently there's plans to do a fucking a Horizon Zero Entertainment remake to put that on. Like this console, they did the Demon Souls remake. This place, I don't think you guys do recognize. So I'm just going to confirm this here. The PlayStation 5 is a horrible console. Let's put aside the ugly design. Let's put aside the stupid gimmicky controller with bad battery life. All you get on that fucking console is not new creative games. All you got so far is another Spider-Man, another God of War, another Horizon, and they're literally resold you The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us, they sold 3 generations in a row on the PlayStation 3, then the remaster on PlayStation 4, then the remake on PlayStation 5, and then a game that came out in 2020 is getting a remaster. Where's the outrage? Seriously, again. Every time shit like this happens, you have to say it. If Xbox was doing this, these motherfuckers would hate it. They would hate it. They would be bitching, man. Oh man, why are you doing a Forza Horizon remake? Why are you guys doing a Gears 5 remaster? Instead, what Xbox did in 2020, they gave you the free upgrade. By the way, you got to pay $10 to upgrade this bullshit game. I kid you not. Here it is. The Last of Us Part 2. Players on PlayStation 4 can upgrade on the PlayStation 5 for $10. Meanwhile, when Xbox gave y'all Gears 5 on the Series X, they didn't charge you nothing. A matter of fact, you could have went right now to Game Pass when Hivebusters played that new expansion. So Sony, as Coco Fiend put it, they can't afford creativity. There's none, literally none. All they gave you this year was fucking Spider-Man, and all they're giving you next year is fucking The Last of Us, a game you played. Sony is charging full price for this game, and then if you already played it on PlayStation 4, they're charging you to play the PlayStation 5 version. And here's the kicker: we're going to take a look at the comments in a second. Batman said, "Hey, Unlimited, have you played any Dead or Alive games for my favorite character?" Tongue-tied. Hey, Unlimited, have you played any of the Dead or Alive games? My favorite female character is Tina and Lisa. Yeah, I have, man, and I own them. I own quite a number of them, man. Mike Johnson say remasters and remake is a way of life. Yeah, a bullshit way of life. Mike, come on, Mike. I know that you like PlayStation to an extent. But you can't tell me that if you bought, let's say that you bought a PS4, and let's say you enjoyed The Last of Us and Spider-Man and Ghost of Tsushima. You cannot sit here and say to my face, Mike, that you're happy that Sony has resold you all them games that you played last generation and gave you nothing new. The only thing new you got, as a matter of fact, the one new game PlayStation got, Mike, Returnal, they didn't buy. It literally sold like half a million units. So yeah, man, it's crazy. This is absolute. This is the level of insanity that I don't. Come on, Mike. Mike, let's not do this, man. Cause all you get is Mike. This year alone, we got Forza, we got Hi-Fi Rush, we got Starfield, we got Redfall. Next year, we're getting Towerborn, we're getting Hellblade, we're getting Avowed, Clockwork Revolution. In a few years, we're going to get the likes of Gear 6 and the Indiana Jones games and Fable. So, Mike, don't sit here and Mike. We're not going to do the lying stuff, man. You know, I'll give you a pass, my friend. But don't come up here and say that's all you get on Xbox. When this year alone, we 3 out of 4 games is not Forza, Gears, or Halo. We got Forza, yeah, excellent game. We still got Hi-Fi Rush, Redfall, and Starfield. Sony literally all they gave them this year, Mike, was fucking Spider-Man. Oh, and if you want to, if I'm not going to be nice and count Final Fantasy 16 that they paid for off Xbox, because that fucking flopped as well. So nah, Mike, we're not doing that because we could literally prove you wrong in a millisecond. Oh, how can I forget? Xbox even got Age of Empires 2 remaster and Age of Empires 4 on console. So yeah, Xbox is see, Mike, for people like you who peddle this idea that that's all Xbox get, you are willingly ignoring what's right in front of you. And I think that's disingenuous. I think it's extremely disingenuous of people to say stuff like that. Spider-Man 2 is going to be remastered next. Yep. No, 100% Silver Swagger. 100% is going to. Hey, Radiance, what's up, man? Nothing much, man. Nothing much, man. We talking about the Xbox tax, and we're calling out Sony for their lack of creativity. I actually like the original Last of Us when it first released. These constant remakes and remasters have really wore the game out for me. I am over that game now. Yeah, Dea, 100%. Because how many times can you stomach being sold the same shit over and over? Right? Like gaming world, are y'all really just not sick of this shit? Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta get some water. All right, sorry about that. But yeah, let's see. Radiance here said, "The Last of Us 2 remastered, so it was real." Yeah, it's real. Creatively bankrupt Sony is reselling another game to you guys at full price, or they make you pay for the fucking upgrade. You know, people love to throw the term anti-consumer around. That might be one of the most anti-consumer nonsense I've ever seen. Had it been Xbox, they would have got it roasted. Oh, especially if they charged you to play it on the next gen version. Batman said, "I'm surprised Sony hasn't done a Killzone or Resistance remastered collection. That might, Batman, that might be too creative for them to do that. You might be giving them a little too much credit there, man." But yeah, let's take a look at the comments, right? The Last of Us 2, that a game from 2020, they're reselling to you again. This is insanity. Great deal. How's this a W from Naughty Dog? I'm more than willing to spend $10 for this upgrade. Again, I'm so glad this comment's here. Xbox community, people who are watching this, people who commented. The next time you see a PlayStation fan talk shit about Xbox, remember this. Remember that many of them, they're willing to spend $10 to upgrade a game they already fucking played. Remember this the next time they tell you Xbox sucks, or that this game sucks, or that this game ain't good. They willingly, they're happy about it. A game they just fucking played 3 years ago. I'm more than willing to spend $10 for this upgrade. This is what you're dealing with. These are the people who tells you Quantum Break sucks, who tells you Starfield sucks, who tells you Hi-Fi Rush sucks. These are the ones. This is why you got to ignore them at this point. Adidas with the super chat said, "I did not buy a PS4 or 5. Ponies turned me away from the brand." I don't blame you. I don't blame you. First of all, my brother gave me his PlayStation 5 for free, and now after having it for a while, I understand why he gave it away. Because I have no reason to turn it on. First of all, they don't make enough games that I care about. And then secondly, their library is just the fucking PS4 library resold to you. That's why my thing has always been, for me, the PlayStation, the Sony taxes when their games are $20 or less. Because I refuse to pay full price for these boring bullshit they put out. I kid you not. The first time I played, especially Horizon Zero Entertainment, the first time I played that, my mind was blown at how bad that shit was. And here's the thing: I love our open world games, so I should eat something like Last of Us up. I should be on here saying, "Man, I cannot believe I slept on The Last of Us." But no, instead is one of the most boring, generic, soulless games I ever played. God of War 3 Remastered. Oh, that game's fire. The modern God of War that they tell you Xbox desperately needs. Oh no, that shit sucks. But yeah, man. Again, nothing but praise. See, the game. This is. Is this registering with people how ridiculous this is? Paying $10 for a game you played in 2020. Rare W for making it $10. No, oh my god, how's that a W? When Xbox upgrades stuff, you got either smart delivery or it's free. That's a W. Paying $10 to play a game you played years ago, that's not a win. Oh, wow, an actual common sense. I say this from a place of love. Can you guys move on from The Last of Us now? I want to see what new worlds you guys can bring up. Oh, they can't. They can't, Eric. Unfortunately, Eric, since you're, and I see that you like them. Eric, that not only has Neil Druckmann said that they don't use the term fun. That's why their games are boring and depressing. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Neil sees this as his magnum opus. Right, and because Neil Druckmann strikes me as the pretentious type who think he's this master. Look at the art I created when it's just a picture of a dog taking a shit. That's how he strikes you. It's like this pretentious dude who think he's better than everybody and smarter than everybody because he makes such deep world games. When really all his games has violence is bad in a game where you kill hundreds of people except for the one person that kills your father figure. Oh, well, what a brilliant fucking message. Get out of here. A dude said he paid $150 for The Last of Us remake. Yeah, I believe you. I completely believe you there, Vodka. Because they're sitting here praising this nonsense. They're sitting here praising the game they just fucking paid that they're being charged for. This is crazy. Dea said, these Sony guys are making it so bad for the gamers. The attitude of being willing to be raped by Sony in their pocketbook is not good for us all. That's why we need Xbox as competition. Yeah, and I'd argue, Dea, Xbox is winning the competition. Because here's the thing. As I've said before, we've heard it time and time again. Hey, Sony, Sony's the market leader, and yet their 20 years has led to what exactly? I mean, this is what they're resorting to: reselling you shit that you just played 3 years ago. I mean, if you're gonna do a remaster, remake, or something, at least let it be a decade plus old game, right? At least let it be a much older title from the 360 or something that could use a fresh paint. Use a fresh face paint or something like that. But no, and the gaming world eats it up. The same gaming world that tells you how Starfield is this, Starfield is that, are the same ones who's eating this bullshit up. Xbox always win. That's true, sir. Too. The Last of Us Part 2 retarded. Yeah, man. The Last of Us 2 remake. How much is the cost of this BS? That's a good question. It's probably $70, man. The only price. Let me see if I can find that price now that you brought that up. There, Zinc. Yeah, right now the only price they've shown publicly is the $10 upgrade. So it's probably gonna be $70. You know, it's probably gonna be $70. Yeah, I don't see an official price anywhere. All I see is that $10 upgrade. So yeah, until proven wrong, I'm assuming it's $70, like they did The Last of Us that they resold them last year. By the way, and Mike Johnson, if you're still in here, can you answer me this? How is Sony not running this game to the ground? I mean, this is how bad it is. The Last of Us 1, 2013. Then what? I think 2014 and 2015 the remaster on the PS4. 2022, 9 years after the first original release, the remake. The Last of Us 2, 2020. The Last of Us 2 remaster, 2023, 24. To me, that's running the game into the ground. Because Halo is a live service game, so it's not like when Halo does new content. The new content is, oh hey guys, here's Halo Reach again. Halo Infinite gets brand new content on its own. They said, if a guy said he would pay $150 for a remake, then he is mentally challenged. Jeez, the gamers of today frighten me. Yeah, you know, it's so weird, Daya, at the point that we've reached. Oh, how could I forget the obvious? How did I go this long without mentioning it? They're reselling you guys The Last of Us 2 before Factions even came out. You guys are being listen. I ain't stopping you guys. If you want to spend $70 on this shit or pay for an upgrade, be my guest. I don't pocket watch. But what I am going to do is call you hypocrites the next time you guys hate on Xbox releasing new IPs, new content, or something different like they're going to do with Tireborn. And watch they shit on the art style of Tireborn, even though that gameplay looks great and it looks fun. Or Avowed, or Clockwork Revolution, or Hellblade 2. Exactly why I sold my PlayStation 5. None to play, it's just collecting dust. Yeah, D-Play, same here, man. Listen, whenever I'm in my gaming mood, I grab the Xbox controller, kick my feet on the couch, and start relaxing that way. I just don't do it with the PlayStation because there's nothing. There's nothing. First of all, as an Xbox guy, I'm going to buy all my multiplats on the Xbox. I'm never going to split that shit like I did back in the day in the 7th generation. So you could count out whatever games are on both consoles. And then the games that Sony put out is this bullshit. I'm never going to play The Last of Us. I have zero interest in it. But it's just crazy to me that this community just loves getting railroaded by Sony. At the same time, you know, they hate on anything Xbox does. Radiance 96. The fact that they're celebrating this is why Sony stays screwing them with no Vaseline. Yeah, 100%. Because nothing Sony does, again, Xbox has held the high standards, Sony the low standards, and Nintendo the no standards. Like, how small the standards you got for Sony, you have to be that this is going to be their big game next year. A fucking game you just played 3 years ago. You know, you're never going to convince me that this is I'm never going to be convinced that shit like this makes PlayStation better than Xbox. Never. Wait, you mean to tell me baby steps isn't worth keeping your Xbox for? Hell nah, Zinc. Hell nah, man. Baby steps. Kenneth Williams here said, literally, the Sony ponies is getting pimped out by them. They'll buy anything. They have the piece of shit stuff they got selling. Well, I mean, of course they'd buy anything, Kenneth, because PlayStation has no games. Oh, listen, if you're a PlayStation owner, all you got this year was Forspoken, which y'all didn't buy. Final Fantasy 16 that y'all didn't buy. A game that's so old it's literally on its 16th iteration, by the way. And Spider-Man, a series that's been putting out games since the fucking 80s for 40 years. That's their grand magical lineup there, Kenneth Williams. So what is there to put money towards? Yo, what's up, Faded Blaze? He said, heard Knights of the Republic remake got canceled. That is true, apparently. Yeah, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake finally acknowledged, and apparently it's been canceled, man. Which sucks. I think it was going to be oh, by the way, here it is. But I think it was going to be on PlayStation first and come to Xbox later. I think. But that's canceled. Radiant said people who bought a PlayStation 5 for KOTOR remake looking dumb right now. Hey, you know what console you can play Knights of the Republic on? Xbox, and it's backwards compatible, and it's got like the 4K upgrade. So again, we stay winning on Xbox, man. Cause we got the better backwards compatibility, the better games, the more studios, the better studios, and all Sony could do is resell you The Last of Us again. By the way, have you ever seen a game that only has two iterations that got resold as much as The Last of Us? Creativity is going to be silent killer for Sony. The ABK deal got a lot of studios freedom to do whatever they want. We got heat coming. Just watch. Yeah, I'm 100% with you there, Coco Fiend. Yeah, listen. Xbox is in a wonderful position right now. You know, and at this point, time. That's it. Time is the only thing holding us back with Xbox. Because I would love a world where all these games are already released and I could just jump through Fable, then Avowed, then The Outer Worlds 2, then Starfield, and so on. Sounds like mismanaging issues for Sony. Yep. Yeah, Zinc. I mean, what's more mismanaged than reselling old shit, new CEOs, kicking out longtime employees, and not making money? Sony is running Spider-Man to the ground. See that trash ass Madam Web trailer. So here's a question for the chat. Which game is getting run to the ground more, Spider-Man or The Last of Us? Because I mean, because both. I mean, 3 Spider-Man games in 5 years versus a game with 2 iterations already having 3 fucking remasters and remakes between them. Vodka said to Dplay is selling the PlayStation 5 plus Portal bundle for Cyber Monday. Yeah, y'all ain't buying that, or they ain't buying that. Naughty Dog has released nothing for the PlayStation 5 but remakes and remasters. That's an absolute fact. Not only that, their grand multiplayer game that was supposed to be better than every multiplayer Xbox has, Factions, is nowhere to be seen. I mean, I'm thinking like it's on the island where Tupac, because you remember when they used to say Tupac is still alive and fucking JFK and whatever other conspiracy theorists out there. I mean, that game is nowhere to be seen, right? And they're already reselling the same shit over and over. Disgusting. And only Sony and Nintendo could get away with that bullshit. I mean, imagine if EA, a company everybody hates, or Ubisoft, a company everybody hates, right? Imagine if Ubisoft resold you Assassin's Creed Valhalla that came out in 2020, right? And not only did they resell it to you, they made you pay for the PlayStation and Xbox upgrade. Oh, there'll be endless videos from these YouTubers hating it. But this gets a pass. I don't get it. Other than, well, it's almost like there's an extreme bias. I want to show you a clip from an old video, but I don't know. Unfortunately, when E-Rock made it, the volume was so low. I don't know if it could be heard if I replay it. Because I would love to show you another brilliant case of bias, man. Let's see. They have said need to be reported for selling defective goods. Deploy. I don't. It was already hard to use after using the Xbox. Just so much a better experience. Oh, I agree. I agree 100% there, Deploy. 100%. KOTOR 2 is on sale for $5. Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, that's right. They got the Black Friday sale right now going on Xbox. Yeah, man. Both are playable on Xbox, and they got the 4K upgrades and all that stuff. They're truly brilliant games, especially the first one. Just truly masterful games, especially for the RPG lovers out there. Let's see. Faded Blaze said, scalpers are supporting Sony more than these ponies. Hey, so our 25% of PlayStation 5 still hasn't been turned on yet. Daya said, I bet Insomniac never thought that they would become a slave to the Spider-Man IP. They will never really get to stretch their talent. Sony Studios don't even want to try other games. I don't care, Daya, because they sold themselves for $200+ million after they said that they didn't want to be sold because they were independent. So they did it to themselves. So hey, you make a deal with the devil, don't be surprised you get burned. That's all I'm saying. Batman has said, Unlimited, what is your favorite NBA game? Probably NBA Street Volume 2 from way back in the day. That game was fantastic. And it's more arcadey. So if you it was more arcadey, but man, I used to love NBA Street. Especially Volume 2. Volume 2 was it's the best one. The best one. Xbox selling systems and software, Sony only selling hardware. Yeah, that's because their software sucks. And not only if it sucks, it's shit they already played. I mean, at this point, it's got to be diminishing returns, because the people who are going to play The Last of Us in 2020 already bought it, and it's not like the PS5, the PlayStation 5. Oh, by the way, The Last of Us 2, remember, sold like 10 million copies on a console that had like 120 million units, according to Sony. So this shit is not going to sell not even close to 10 million. Baca said, oh my God, just saw the Madam Web trailer. I think they made it since Jessica Drew's Spider-Woman is more of an Iron Man Shield character. Yeah. That trailer was awful, but I mean, what do you expect? With that CW level CGI and shit. The bottom. Listen, that's just the bottom of the barrel with that creatively broke company. I just realized Sony lost money from the KOTOR remake in Bungie. Yeah, they lose money from everything, though. They lose everything they lose money from every fucking thing. Yeah, man. But it's just it really is stunning the trajectory these two companies are at. One on Xbox released nothing but great games, but the gaming media just hate their fucking guts. Right, and I mean, my goodness, there are bitter ex-girlfriends who are less vindictive than the gaming media is towards Xbox, man. Sony has been releasing more TV shows and movies than releasing new IPs. Yeah, I will not be surprised if that's true, Swagger. Silver Swagger, man, because remember the Gran Turismo movie that they put on their own showcase. Let's not forget that brilliant move. A video game showcase, and they out here putting movie trailers on there. And again, wake me up, like guys, wake me up when wake me up when that company becomes better than Xbox. So that's some bullshit. NBA Street 2 and Minutia are the only PlayStation 2 games I bought. I used to have a PS2. Well, it wasn't my favorite of the 6th generation. What the PlayStation 2 had Adidas was like 90% of the console market. So they had a lot, and I mean a lot of games that only went to PlayStation and never Xbox and Nintendo because of their massive just lead in the console space. For example, while I think the PS2 sold something in the market of 150 units, The original Xbox and GameCube apparently sold in the 20 million range. And as a result, PlayStation 2 got a lot of games basically for free that were just exclusive. But what ended up happening with the 360 and 4 is that all them games that were only on PS2, their sequels would later come to Xbox, and for good reason. And Nintendo. Who's your favorite female character? Mine is Samus Aran from Metroid Prime. She's hot. Good question. Favorite female character? Well, in the video game world, you gotta go with the GOAT, Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. In comics, it's the homegirl, Wonder Woman, or Batwoman. Even though the TV shows suck, but in the comics, Batwoman is fantastic. In movies, you got some pretty good choices there, but maybe Sarah Connor from the Terminator series. That's a good one. So yeah, there's some great choices, man. Batman, you ask questions I would really like to think more about before I answer. You know what I'm saying? Because on the spot, I'm just going off the top of my head here. But there are really a lot of other examples I could just go into. Dr. J versus Larry Bird is the best basketball game. Well, that might have been the first basketball game there, Zink. So you going old school, man. You going back to like 1979, 1981 type shit. where they I think they might have been the only two playable characters and to where Dr. J was the red character and Larry Bird was the white character type shit, man. That's real old school right there. Coco Fiend 93 said, establishing new IPs is a much harder thing to do nowadays considering the cost of game production. Salute to Hi-Fi Rush and Starfield for bringing the innovation. Yeah, hey, and here's the thing, Coco Fiend. Next year, we still get Avowed, Clockwork Revolution, Towerborn. Those are 3 new IPs off the top of my head right there. The sequel to Hellblade with Hellblade 2. So the creativity at Xbox arguably at an all-time high in terms of first parties, right? And the gaming media hate their guts. Meanwhile, Sony is literally reselling you a game you just played 3 years ago, and that gets endless praise. Somebody make it make sense to me. Please. I need somebody to make that shit make any sense to me. Never seen a fanboy so happy without a roadmap. And the same people, FaZe, are the same ones who used to beg Xbox for a roadmap. And now Xbox roadmap is up to like 2030, man. Faded Blaze said, EA really needs to bring back EA Sports Big. I miss those street games. Oh, I agree. I agree 1,000,000%, man. They used to do the NFL Street and NFL. Did they do NFL Blitz? I think so. They might have been doing Blitz as well. Yeah, that area was fantastic. Again, but NBA Street Volume 2. If you guys haven't played it, should be cheap for all my retro gamers out there. Because what an excellent game, man. NBA Street was fire. Yeah, that was fire too. The DVD player was more boost for PlayStation 2. Oh yeah, that's true. 100%. I'll even go as far as this, Adidas. I used to know people back in the early 2000s. They didn't even play fucking video games, man. It was just that PlayStation 2 was the cheapest DVD player for a while, and they just used it to play movies all the time. That was it. Ripley from Aliens is my favorite female action movie star. Oh yeah, she's fantastic as well. NBA Ballers game was awesome. Oh yeah, NBA Ballers, that was a good one too. Yeah, I remember that. Played basketball game with Peach baskets as hoops. Zink, yeah, Zink. He said Zink played basketball game with Peach baskets as hoops. That's yeah. Zink's so old school. He got to climb the ladder just to get the ball out the basket type basketball, man. He took that literally. That's how the origins of basketball there, Vodka. He's at the origins of basketball. Deploy said basketball game Slam and Jam on the 3DO was fire. Me and the homies used to have battles. Oh man. NBA Jam was also fire as well, man. But NBA Slam and Jam, wow, that brings me back. That brings me black, man. Um, let's see. NBA Blitz was from Midway. That's right. Thank you, Faded Blaze. I miss Midway, man. I miss Midway. I miss Midway so much, man. The 360 era, as much as people look back fondly at that era, I think people like nostalgia has tricked people into forgetting. We lost so many great developers, um, they're developers and publishers from Midway to THQ and so on. The jump to 3D just did gaming, at least the cost of gaming so it hit it so hard, man, that it was like a lot of the studios had a apocalypse, a gaming apocalypse, if you will, because they're putting out good games, right? But what would happen during the 7th generation is that, let's say a great game came out and it sold 1 million or even 2 million copies, that was not making enough money back then to keep them stable, to keep them alive. So games that would normally be a hit, unfortunately, we're going the way of the dinosaur during that time, and so we were losing just so many studios. You know, people talk about the state of gaming now. I'd argue that the state of gaming in the 7th generation was worse in terms of closures and stuff, because it was a rough time. NFL Street 2 and 3 are my favorite to play. Yeah, they were excellent games as well. Arch Rivals on the Sega Genesis was a good basketball game. Faye's going real old school. Faye's going almost as far back as Zinc was, man. The Last of Us 2 remastered is a meme that became reality. Well, when Sony is desperate for money and they gotta resell old shit to make $1, that's what you get, because they got no new IPs, nothing interesting, nothing new, nothing different. Just another depressing simulator, boring third-person story-driven game with the long cutscenes, the shitty melodramatic voice acting, the same typical gameplay that you've played a million times. And watch how the reviewers are going to eat that shit up. Oh, they're going to eat it up. This game's going to get more 9s and 10s than the valedictorian. Have you played any of Bayonetta games? Yes. Bayonetta 1, which is on the 360, and then they did the remaster on the 10th anniversary remasters, is in my top 5 hack and slash style games. To say I love it is an understatement, Batman. I think it's beyond phenomenal, beyond phenomenal. Bayonetta 1 is a gem, really. I wish we got more, and I wish it was being locked to Nintendo of all consoles. 2K basketball on the PlayStation 2. Now, the 2K I remember would have been from like the Dreamcast and the OG Xbox. Didn't play again. As a kid, I say I had a PlayStation, but technically it was my brother's. So, no, I'm tripping. No, it's the other way around. I had the PlayStation 2, but I didn't play it. My brother had the Xbox, but he didn't play it. And so we just ended up basically switching main consoles at one point, basically. Radiant said, gaming now is better than ever. There's too many games, more accessibility. Oh, that right there with you, Radiance. Not only that, Radiance, we're in an era what I do like about today's era is that we're in an era where people are self-aware of stuff like game preservation. So we're getting we're not only getting important discussions about preserving our games, past and future. There are genuine efforts of preserving it so that we could access these games decades after these consoles are dead. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, man. So there, and not only that, there's a lot of good stuff out there. I get it. A lot of you guys probably will go to your YouTubers and all that stuff and see what's wrong with gaming, why gaming isn't fun anymore, why gaming sucks now. But those are people who play Madden and 2K and GTA the last 15 years. So of course the shit is going to suck where that's all you play. But if you play a variety of games, you can find gems everywhere. I'm really itching for a new Darksiders game from THQ. Yeah, me too, man. Darksiders is an excellent series. One of my favorite series, man. And what I like about the Darksiders series, Faded Blaze, is that each one is different, right? Like the first one was a typical, not typical, was a it was one of them hack and slashes that you get from like Dante's Inferno and Devil May Cry and the original God of War. Then the second one was more of an action RPG, even though that was probably the best one in the series. Then the third one was really good, and then you had Genesis, which was the top-down style. My brother and I still play Lakers versus Celtics on the Sega Genesis. Ah, damn, Adidas, FaZe, and Zinc, man. They going super old school with it. Yeah, when we were kids, man, Madden. We used to play Madden the most. Again, it's Texas, man. Football's just the biggest sport here by a large margin. So we used to play Madden. My brother, he got really good at Madden at one point, man. It used to piss me off because I couldn't beat him at one point, man. Oh man, it used to drive my ass crazy. But Last of Us 2 remake will get nominated for Game of the Year next year. Oh yeah, Mr. Kima, it'll be the first remaster to be on that list. Game of the it won in 2020, and people hated that fucking game in 2020. Lakers versus Celtics got me into basketball. Oh, that's what's up, Vodka. All Pro Football 2K9 is a great simulation football game. Yeah, and unfortunately, that was after EA hijacked the NFL license, man. So what hurt that game was that people want to play the Cowboys, the Texans, the Bengals, the Bears, the Steelers. They don't want to play as the fucking Dallas Gamblers and shit like that, or the Green Bay Cheeseheads and all the made up teams they have in that game. Are you a fan of the Critical Drinker? Hey, One Bridge 11. No, I don't really watch him. I'm aware of his content, but here's my problem with people who make videos like that. It's just a lot of rage bait at this point, where they exclusively watch shit they clearly don't like for the views, and then you just get in the comments is just people bitching about stuff that they hate. Like, I get it, the recent Marvel movies wasn't good and didn't do good in theaters. But you don't need to make 1,000 fucking videos every time a Marvel movie comes out when you clearly don't like the shit. So that's why I don't watch guys like the Critical Drinker, man. Because negativity. I'm not somebody who surrounds myself with negativity, so I don't enjoy just videos of endlessly. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, tell me what you like. At least here, I like Xbox and I love Starfield and stuff. But man, they make Mike Tyson Prime versus Ali Prime. Who wins? Oh, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer ever. Mike Tyson, while he was amazing, in a way, because all right, go back and watch how guys like Evander Holyfield or Lennox Lewis fought him. And I get it. Mike was out of his prime by then, by the late 90s when he was fighting them guys. But still, Mike had a lot of flaws in his game. Even though he was a spectacular boxer, one of the hardest hitters boxers ever, and in his prime, people feared the fuck out of him. But when he fought a lot of people at his competition level, like Evander Holyfield and all them. And go back and watch it. They would box the boxers who, how can I put this, Batman? The boxers who ended up catching up to Mike's game, they would box circles around him, right? So I think Ali would have won in his prime. And I think Ali was not only a great boxer, he was an extremely smart boxer. So I think Ali would have just worn his ass out. But before getting to him, man. Jordan versus Bird on the Tiger handheld. See, now D-Play's just saying shit I don't even know about. What the fuck's the Tiger handheld? I don't think I ever heard of that. I despise the negative gaming YouTubers. YouTube seriously needs to add a button to block channels. I hate it when crap shows up in my recommendations. Yeah, Radiant, I agree with you 1,000,000%. Unfortunately, here's why YouTube will never add a block button. Because the first channels people would block would be the corporate channels. And those corporate and they're a slave to the corporate channels on YouTube. Right? Like they don't give a fuck about channels like mine. But But if they were to piss off the CNBCs and all that and the Disney's on here, yeah, they feel they're screwed, and people would block them instantly. You know how many fucking channels I block that who just do nothing but make awful content? Darksiders 1 was War, 2 was Death. Yeah, 3 was Fury, and 4 you could play as Strife and War. So Strife needs his own solo game, man. Madden and NCAA football. Yeah. NCAA had. You remember when NCAA? I think they peaked when they started adding like the crowd distraction and stuff like that. And then you could import your character to the Madden games. That was a good era. Unfortunately, all sports games are terrible now. That's why they nominated Resident Evil 4 remake. Yeah. Quartering the Criddle Drinker Vomit. Yeah, man. They make the same rage bait content, you know. And at some point, it really is. Hey, man, if you don't like it, just move on. Madden 05 was my most played game. Had Ray Lewis on the cover, plus the first introduction to the hit stick. Yeah, man. That era of PlayStation, not PlayStation, but that era of Madden was a good. I remember when the hit stick came, and pretty much anyone I played with for when it first came out, that's pretty much all they did on defense was flick that damn stick to try to knock your ass out. Mike didn't beat any great fighters. I'm not. I would have to. Again, Mike hasn't fought a boxing match in over 20 years, so I can't. I'm going off memory here. I'm confident, Deploy. He's fought some pretty good fighters, but the ones who figured him out, your Vander Holyfields and all them, yeah, they would honestly kick his ass, man. And I love Mike. I love Mike Tyson, baddest man in the world, dude. You know, Iron Mike. But, you know, and then he did himself no favor. Ali is truly the greatest. Oh yeah, 100%. I don't even know. It'd be hard. And then heavyweight boxing at the time of his time, man. Just if you end up looking at just some of the hardest competition. Yeah, it's got to be his era. It's got to be Ali's era, man. Tyson cried at the thought of fighting Ali. I would too. Really came out in the 80s. Oh, the Tiger handheld came out in the 80s. I'm gonna look that up. So I never heard of that, man. I'm a product of the 90s, so I'm not super familiar. Muhammad Ali is the greatest, period. Yeah, no, you're getting no debate from me from the chat that's saying Ali's the greatest. I agree 1,000,000%. Yeah, Ali was not only a smart, like he was not only fantastic, he was extremely smart. His footwork was amazing. You know, the rope of dope and all that. Just oh my goodness, for any boxer, like I'm a boxing fan, so you know, I love studying the history of boxing and stuff. Ali, my goodness, it wasn't. What's phenomenal about Ali? Not only was he called himself the greatest, he backed it up. He backed it up, man. Cassius Clay was the better fighter than Ali. You know, I mean, I get what you're trying to say, D-Play, but since they're the same person. You know, I don't separate the Ali era from the Cassius Clay era. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's the same guy. It's just that when he became Ali, it was because of his, you know, experience in religious awakening and all that stuff. They robbed him of his prime. Yeah, they did, man. Yeah, but that's because the U.S. government's full of shit. Unlimited production. If you like comedy and sports, watch Chisel the Don. Oh, I'm subscribed to Chisel the Don, man. I love his content. He's hilarious. Ali went to jail. Yeah, I know he went to jail. When, you know, didn't want to fight in that bullshit war. That war, Vietnam War, that the government literally lied to get us in, and then killed hundreds and thousands of American men. There's a reason why people don't trust the government. It's because of shit like that. But this ain't a political podcast, so I'm gonna drop it. On Xbox, hold the start button down, drop the menu, and we'll let you block channels on your recommendation. Yeah, well, you know, it says don't recommend me, but the block feature. I mean, here's the thing, Vodka. You still end up seeing their content. You know, if the algorithm wants to show it to you bad enough. Who's hotter, Russian women or German women? I I don't know. I guess Russian women. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Are German women just baddie like that? Have I been sleeping on German women or something? Do Germans just produce like some fine ass women that I don't know about this whole time? Because I think it's Russian women, man. At least Spider-Man is getting new games. Yeah, unfortunately, the newest one apparently sucks though. The spider, the glitches, and all that other stuff. But you're right. Mike had problems with fighters that had long reach. They jabbed him until he was dizzy. Yeah, absolutely right, Adidas. Absolutely right. He knocked them all out. Boxing isn't easy. Nah, man, boxing is a physical sport, a beautiful sport, but it's got to be one of the toughest out there, to master at least. Spider-Man is an annual gas game. Yeah, I heard about annual. No, Muhammad Ali was better, and the U.S. government definitely cheated us. Joe Frazier would never have beaten Ali if he weren't robbed by the government. Yeah, I'm with you there, not D-Play. Zinc. Speaking of boxing, EA needs to get back to that Fight Night back. Yeah, speaking of boxing, I just bought the Fight Night that's backwards compatible. I think it's Fight Night Champions. I bought the other day because the Black Friday sales live, so that game was like $4. I think they were $4. I went ahead and just bought it, just to own it basically. Because we don't get boxing games anymore. We especially don't get boxing games like that, and the game still looks great. By the way, it runs really well and looks really good. It runs really well and looks really good on the Series X. Ali didn't have his legs like Clay did. Yeah, you're probably right. Again, I don't. My brain doesn't really just separate them as fighters since they're the same dude. And it was more like, I guess Ali would technically be. It's just Cassius Clay a few years older. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like. How many years of his prime he missed? Good 3. He missed a solid 3 or 4, I think, of his prime, though, unfortunately. But Ali was still the greatest, man. Undisputed is taking over. They added Big Daddy Bo. Oh, Bo Riddick to Fight Night. I mean Riddick Bowe. I'm tripping. They added Riddick Bowe to the Fight Night. Is that what you're saying? You see, sometimes when it comes to the comments, man, that when it's out of context and I'm reading other people's, my brain is trying to remember what the topic is from the specific person. Both Russian women and German women look fantastic. All right, yeah, I've been sleeping on German women then. Holy shit. So I know Russian women. Yeah, you get some fine ass women from that country. I know Eastern European has some good looking white women over there. So I had no clue the Germans were getting down like that, man. My pony block game is supreme. I would have to actually look for a pony video. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I always use that don't recommend channel option too with this, because there's a lot of just awful content on YouTube, especially from the bigger YouTube. A lot of them to me suck. I was ranked in the top 15 in Fight Night on the 360. Had almost 2,000 wins and 50 losses. Holy shit, D-Play. The homie D-Play was putting in work on that game. It's a great game though. Did Sony lose or Embracer? Probably them both. Another year, another Black Friday that the Series S will outsell the PlayStation Watch. Hey, last holiday, I think the Xbox Series X was the best selling console, right? Of that Black Friday. Let's see. Let's see if I could find find some articles. Oh, it might maybe I'm misremembering it was the S, but I could have sworn it was the X, man. Now, you got a lot of bullshit when you search. Yeah, Unlimited. I got the Texans over the Cardinals this weekend. Yeah, me too. Me too. Texans been playing well. Now, Kyler Murray's back, and that kind of changes the dynamic things a lot. But they still don't got a good team, so I think the Texans will still win. I'm gonna miss the Bulls game in the early '90s. Jordan can really fly. Yeah, same, man. I still think I think by the time the 3D graphics start, I still think the best era of basketball games would have been like the sixth generation, in my opinion. I still enjoyed those. I'd say I enjoyed those a bit because by then your gameplay was able to do just a little more than what the '90s basketball games could do. Y'all remember Ready to hell yeah, I remember Ready to Rumble boxing Coco Fiend. Dog, that's a Dreamcast classic. Yeah, of course I remember Ready to Rumble. And then they eventually had Ready to Rumble round 2. But yeah, those are some oh, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Yeah, man, Ready to Rumble. Dog, those are some listen. The Dreamcast might have had a short life, but that console put out some of the best fucking games ever. Get Ready to Rumble, man. Oh, that was my shit back then. There, Coco Fiend. Asian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean women are so damn hot. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Really, you can find fine women anywhere, basically. But yeah. So those Asian women, a lot of fine Asian women out there. Personally, your boy Unlimited likes the Latinas, man. Bulls versus Blazers. That would have came out like 92 or 93. Barkley shut up and jam. Yeah, the realists remember all of them. God damn. How come Sega Man didn't get back online? Oh, because he was working. That's why. He was at work and he couldn't get internet access. He was trying to do something real quick, right? And so when his stream shut down, he hit me up asking me what was wrong, and it's just that he just didn't have internet access to continue. Call of Duty comes with the PlayStation 5 Slim. Microsoft still wins. Oh yeah, definitely. Look, Vodka, I talked about a week ago. Well, thanking the Sony fans for buying Call of Duty because it's the best selling game on their platform. It outsold Spider-Man in October or November. So yeah, man. Listen, Xbox is in a win-win position, and that's what makes stuff like this so fun. That's what Xbox success really does make it hard for me to get super upset. My biggest issue though, my big issue is that the gaming media is just full of fucking liars. Full of a bunch of liars who hate Xbox for no reason, who can't let go of 2013 and none of that stuff. 2013 was a decade of fucking go, and they still want you to be upset over some shit Xbox stopped doing that long ago. When President Obama was still in office. That's how long ago that was. Sorry, Unlimited. I was talking live games. I was going to Bulls games in '93. Yeah, I'm that old. Nah, you good, man. I wish I was able to go to Bulls games during the Jordan years. And what I really want to say, wish as someone from Houston, I really wish that the fucking Rockets didn't choke in '97, so we could have finally gotten that Rockets Bulls finals and see Hakeem versus Jordan in the NBA finals. But nah, the Rockets they lost to the fucking Jazz that year, man. Even as a kid, that year made me sick. I was depressed for that next day when they lost to the Jazz, man. That shit. Oh man, I want to see that. That would have been a spectacular final series in '97. Here in San Diego, we got all flavors of women. Yeah, man. Look, I went to San Diego a couple years ago. Loved it out there. A lot of beautiful women out there, man. It was a fantastic time. Loved it. Had a blast. You know, if you guys never travel single, for all my single dudes out there, give it a try one day, man. It's a life-changing experience. Unlimited True has the most electric podcast. Thank you there, Vodka. That was Modern Warfare 2022 that beat Spider-Man. Oh, the last year version beat Spider-Man. That's right. You are correct because Modern Warfare 3 just released a few days ago. That's right. Thank you for correcting me there, Vodka. Thank you, my friend. Midway used to make Gauntlet. That game was fire co-op. Yeah, man. Yeah, we used to get some really good shit from. We used to get some really good shit, man, from Midway. But with that, I think it's a good time to call it a night. You know, thank you everybody for joining. It was a absolutely fantastic show, hanging out with you guys, talking some video games, exposing the media, calling out PlayStation and their nonsense. But the weekend is here. You guys enjoy the weekend. Enjoy, have fun. Enjoy gaming, whatever else you got going on. I don't know where y'all live, but it's been perfect weather out here in Houston lately. Some very, very nice and cool weather. So I'm gonna be enjoying myself, man. You guys enjoy too. Have a great weekend, and I am out.